Hi everyone, it's Hatsy and I'm back with the interior to the Californian mega mansion. So many of you have asked about this manor and I'm happy to be sharing it now. I wanted to maybe leave it a couple of days to get some inspiration for the inside, and I got sent some really cool pictures over Twitter. So thank you to Chris York, because I was really inspired by the pictures that you sent me. I thought they were really cool. And yeah, I definitely used some inspiration for this build, and thanks to everyone else who also did send some pictures my way. They really helped, and I think that inspiration pictures for builds may make me improve. Hopefully, because I can confidently say I am not the best person to do modern interiors. In fact, I'm pretty terrible at it, and it's probably best I would get like my mum to do this or something, because I think that she's really good at decorating like modern houses, because my parents have a modern house and theirs looks amazing, but I just honestly I don't know where to start with these things. I'm okay at traditional houses, but yeah, we'll see how it ends up. So what I was doing at this point, I had just decorated the whole of the inside to have white walls, and I was trying to fit in this basketball flooring. Now I say it's basketball flooring. We got it with the Sims 4 City Living, and it was one of my favourite things with the expansion pack, because it's a really cool flooring that you can use in so many places, and it fits in everywhere, let me tell you. You can do so many things, but I thought it fitted in really nice to this build, so you'll see it a lot popping up, and this was going to irritate the absolute heck out of me, so I needed to get this sorted before I continued to do the inside. So this is supposed to be an inside pool, but because we have an outside pool which is just around the corner of this, I needed to make it really interesting if I was going to keep this in. So what I decided to do was make an indoor, like, pond almost. So it's supposed to be a naturey place. And I have a bit of a story about one of these, because, well, this is a really weird story. So I don't know where else I'd tell this, to be honest. Well, basically in Germany, I joined this gym and it seemed fantastic. Like, this seemed to be the best gym in the area, and I can tell you it was very nice. It was very expensive, but it massively put me off because everybody was absolute stark naked there, and honestly it scared the living daylights out of me when I first walked through. I will say that there was one of these pools there, and it was like, no, it wasn't even a pool, it was an eco sauna. That was it. So imagine this, but without the water. And I ended up in there, and this was before I realised that everybody around me had zero clothes on. And it was very awkward. I ended up just, well, I couldn't relax. Like, you know, when you know that that's happening, it's just something that I couldn't relax around. So yeah, that was it. I had to go and get changed in the changing room and go home after that. So yeah, I didn't visit that gym a lot. I only went about 3 times. It scared me so much, but they had some good facilities, but it was really strange, I thought anyway, how everybody was just super open with that, because, I don't know, going onto the hallway, so now we've done that really strange bit downstairs. This is the inside area of the build. So if you haven't watched the exterior up to this point, if you've just come for the interior, I'm really sorry. But to be fair, if you have, then you won't know that that's actually the front door. So it's a bit of a strange build, how the front door is round the corner, but I also really like it. So yeah, there you go. It is on the gallery as well. A lot of people were asking, like, when's it going to be on the gallery? And honestly, if I get like a ton of requests asking for one thing, that's when I know I've got to do it, you know? It's got to be done. I've just got to stick at it. Sometimes in life we have to do things we don't like doing. And for me, that is mansion interiors. Wow, if I could have a friend that just loved decorating interiors, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, wouldn't life just be so easy for me? Oh dear. But yeah, so I went through a lot with this corridor, because at first I thought, well, let's go really plain and boring, because then you can't really go wrong. And then I thought, well, no, let's go a little bit crazy with it. Let's go African. You know, why not? Because I love Africa. And I don't know, for some reason, everything ends up with an African tint in every single one of my builds. In my opinion, I think so. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I love this kind of style. And that is, you know, from my time in Africa. The 2 weeks that I spent there literally changed my life. I love it. Like, I want to live in Africa. Honestly, I love it. But yeah, besides the point, because this is completely off topic. So this is when I started to get a bit of confidence with it. And I was like, do you know what? I am going to try to own this and trying to make this work. Like, you know, trying to do something interesting and modern and exciting. So there's loads of like blacks and whites and pink colours as well. So the main colours that I used in this area was like black, white and pink. But I really liked it, actually. I also tried to do something different with these staircases. Also, if you can hear my husband in the background, he's been making loads of noise tonight, which is great for my videos. So thanks for that. Really appreciate it. Yeah, anyway, so going on to doing some of the blinds and stuff. This isn't the interesting part. Nobody wants to hear about the blinds. I don't think anybody comes to my channel to hear about the blinds. You know, occasionally I do get the odd complaint like, you need to talk about this more. And I like that in a way. I do like it. I love it and I hate it because sometimes it's like super constructive and I can talk about something specifically that people want to hear about. But sometimes it's like super vague. It's like, don't talk about that. But then like, what else do I talk about, you know? Probably not a wise idea for me to have Twitter notifications on at the same time as recording this. I'm getting like super distracted. And that is because I have uploaded my first video to my second channel, like my first proper video to my second channel, because I've got also Hatsy now. That is like going to be a place where I'm going to be sharing like separate stories and stuff, the crazy stuff that I can't talk about on this channel. So yeah, that'll be coming up. And also if you want to hear about what on earth happened last week, like that's going to be on the channel too. It's going to be a hard one for me to talk about because it's something that is quite emotional, but I'm going to have a go. So yeah, working on the office area. The office is black and white as well. I don't want you to think that the whole build is going to just be this boring black and white colour, because I don't think it is. I think there are elements of the build which are very black and white, but I don't know, something just is really glamorous about this room. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that really obnoxious statue in the corner. Maybe it's something to do with that, hey? And talking about that though, so I went to the Tate Museum a while ago, and I don't really like modern art that much. I'm sorry if I have some huge fans of modern art on the channel. It hasn't really been my thing. I went there on a school trip though. I was curious, you know, I was very open to it as well. But something that I just didn't understand was, why on earth did I see a glass of water on a shelf? And I think there was like a sign as well that just said this is a glass of water. And apparently that was worth like a lot of money. And I was just thinking, are you joking? I could make a fortune out of this. I can go around my house and pick up all the empty plates and stick signs on it and say this is an empty plate. Wow. Like how cool would that be? Oh dear, I wish I was into that though. No, I'm genuinely jealous of anyone that is into modern art, because there is a fortune in modern art. Obviously, I'm missing a trick, okay? I'm doing Sims 4 speed builds. I need to get on that modern art stuff. But yeah, that statue in the study would have taken a very long time to make, probably. Statues like that are art. This is really strange. My thing in art, sandcastles. Now I've never been able to build them myself. I'm actually really bad at sandcastles, but people that can make full sculptures out of sand are just, in my opinion, some of the best people in this world. If you are any good at sandcastles, please send me some pictures, because I love that kind of stuff. I would love to see your sandcastles. Please send them to me. And yeah, we can talk about it. I had a lot of inspiration from a house that I used to work in when I was a nanny. So if things do look a little bit formal in this house, that's the reason. Because when I worked as a nanny, I worked for this couple. I'll never forget them. Like, I will never forget them. It was my first ever proper job as a nanny. And I worked for them for 3 months, and they had the craziest life I have ever seen, ever. It was like the Wolf of Wall Street, but that as their actual life. Like, that's how it felt, you know, walking around with them. It was just weird. It was really weird. But their house, so they got their house decorated by somebody that's apparently like super famous in the interior design world. Now, I don't know her name, but she does have a TV program or something, like from, I don't know, like she's got curly hair. That's what I remember about her. I never actually met her, but they did, and they're like really good friends with her and stuff. But I don't want to say too much because that's not really fair, and, you know, I want to keep it private as well for their sake, because, you know, I don't want to give any details out about them. However, this lady did the house up for them, and it looked phenomenal. But it looked very formal at all times. You know, it was the kind of house that you'd feel comfortable in. You would, because it feels like a hotel. But at the same time, it didn't feel like a home. Anyway, moving on to the downstairs of the build. This is the little lounge area. There are lots of lounge areas in the house. There are probably going to be complaints about the amount of bathrooms that I included, because I included 1 bathroom. No, two bathrooms. Oh my goodness, I nearly gave myself a heart attack then. I was like, what? 1 bathroom in a mansion? Are you joking? No, 2 is enough, I think, for a house like this. Mainly because it's all spread out anyway. It's supposed to be a fun, easy, playable build. So if I was going to keep to that, I really didn't want to just do too many tiny rooms. And also, how many bathrooms do Sims need? You know, on a serious note though, if you do want more bathrooms, you can change some of the stuff that I added, because I added some really useless stuff. Like, why are there 3 saunas? Are they called saunas? I don't even know. Moving on to the bedrooms, I was going to go with twin matching rooms. These are honestly some of the worst bedrooms I've ever created in The Sims 4. I'm very ashamed of these. I apologise that you have to see this pathetic excuse for 2 bedrooms, because I hate it. What is it? It's like The Great Gatsby gone wrong. That's how it feels to me, this room anyway. It is a walking disaster. I would not sleep in here, like, whatsoever. 0 out of 10 I would give this room. No, in fact, 1 out of 10, because it does have a bed and it is accessible, so that's okay. But yeah, I'm not proud of it. I'm sorry, I'm not. Oh my goodness, I usually go over story times in these build videos, because why not? But to be honest, not a lot's happened today. You know, it's been a really boring day. I did tweet about it before. I did put, how can I do a voiceover when all that's happened today was a neighbour knocked over another neighbour's bin or something like that. Yeah, that actually happened though. Oh my goodness, there's some crazy drama around here about the bins. I don't know what the situation is, but everybody gets really just worked up about the bin situation. Now, I've found this, okay? There's somebody that's been putting stuff in my bin. Now, I will tell you that I wasn't the person that kicked over anybody's bin, okay? I'm not telling you that that wouldn't be in my nature to do that, because I don't know. I think the only way that I would kick over somebody's bin would probably be if they really offended me, or they kicked over my bin. That would be it. Like, that's, no. So it wasn't me, okay? It wasn't me. However, it was across the road. I saw a neighbour kick over another neighbour's bin. The other neighbour came out and saw, but didn't say anything yet. So I don't know what's happened there, to be honest. Yeah, if there's any gossip on that, I will keep you updated, because that sort of stuff really interests me. Oh my goodness, what is it with just neighbours and crazy people? I do actually have some really amazing people that live around me. Everybody does sort of keep out of each other's way, which I do love. So I'm not looking for, like, you know, a best friend sort of budding friendship with the neighbours around my area or anything, but I don't know, it's quite nice because we all say hello if we see each other in public, which definitely makes a change from my ex-neighbour, because we nearly had a physical fight. But if you want to hear about that, that's not the video. That is on also Hatsy, which is my second channel. And I'll put the links in the description, so if you do actually want to hear about that. So yeah, working on the first bathroom of the build, this is away from everything, and that was also partly inspiration from the people's house that I used to work for. I don't even know if I'm making sense now, honestly. It's getting late. It's like 10:30 when I'm recording this, and I didn't think I was going to do any voiceovers for today because honestly, I have done barely anything today. Like, all I've thought about is doing things, but I haven't actually done things. I hate when I'm in one of these moods, honestly. I get like this sometimes when I know what I need to do, but I hold back from doing it, and I sit there and I think about it and I procrastinate and I can't. Like, I've just got to do it, you know? I've just got to get on with it, but sometimes it's difficult. So yeah, I can't even remember what I was talking about. Anyway, moving on. So this is going to be the room that leads down to a bowling alley. Now, bear with me. This is a crazy idea. Now, this was what was going to happen. This was going to be a really casual gaming room. And then halfway through, I started watching other people's Sims videos because I do that all the time. So I was watching LILSIMSIE's, I think it was a Fixer Upper. No, it wasn't. The remake of Oasis Springs or something like that. I can't remember, but she went on about a bowling prodigy and I was like, whoa. It just hit hard for me. And I thought, a bowling prodigy? I've never heard of that before, but I flipping love it. So we're going to have one. But yeah, as soon as I heard that about that idea of the guy that just really likes bowling and that's the only thing he's good at, I was just like, I'm doing it. So this is the VIP area. This rubbed off on me from when I went bowling ages ago with my friends. There was a VIP area and it's just stuck with me ever since. And I love those trees so much. They're so pretty. And I really like that new wallpaper because it goes with a lot of stuff, even though it is black and white. Like, you can use it in so many different ways. I was trying to find the graffiti at this point because I wanted this to be a party area / bowling area. And this is like the super exclusive bowling only club. You can't be in here if you don't like bowling. That's the rule. So yeah, there's some artwork just randomly around. Those blue squares look really weird if they don't have any artwork painted on them, but hey, we'll work with it. We'll make it work. I changed the blue round in here because it really frustrated me because I don't particularly like the colour blue. I'm into red at the moment. How weird's that? Because I swear, I said a while ago, I hate red. I always contradict myself though. Like, I swear, if you listen to my build just videos from months back, I'll probably have a completely different opinion on things as I do now. Yeah. And I could have also happily had a 20-minute conversation about plants. Like, who even was I? I have no idea. I don't even watch my old videos back though. I really don't. You know, honestly, YouTube's pretty damn frightening, I have to say. Like, I think I realised how scary it is when making a second channel. That was when I realised actually YouTube is pretty intimidating. But I'm over it now with this channel. Like, nothing surprises me, you know? But I think with my new channel, it's like a new project and it's scary because it's me doing it all over again, like starting up and I don't know, learning how to do everything, and it's weird. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever have more than 2 channels. Imagine if I had like 15 channels. In fact, no, I want to know, what is the record on YouTube for someone to have for channels? Do you reckon someone out there has like 1,000 channels? No. I don't reckon they do. That would be absolutely ridiculous, wouldn't it? I used to buy this book every single year, and is it the Guinness or Guinness? The Guinness World Records. I have no idea. Well, either way, I used to buy it, and it used to give me some really weird facts about, like, I don't know, women can fit a whole apple in her mouth. Just really odd stuff like that. I used to love it. I used to sit there when I was like 12 or 13 thinking, damn, I wish I could fit a whole apple in my mouth. Like, why can't I be like this woman? Yeah, it used to entertain the living daylights out of me. I used to love that book. I used to buy it every single year. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the open plan lounge. So this was a picture that I got inspired off on Google. Yeah, have you ever done something in The Sims 4 that you think is going to be really good, and you've got a picture in front of you that really inspires you and stuff, and you're thinking, yeah, let's go for it, let's do it. And then you look back and you think, this is just rubbish. Like, this is one of the worst styles of lounge I could have possibly done. Yeah, I was having that moment. I found this really cool picture, and recreating it was just a nightmare. So I'm not even going to share the picture with you because it's trash, you know? It is just bad. I know it, okay? I know it, you know it, everyone knows it. It's a very trashy lounge area. But hey, it's nearly over, so we have that to look forward to. Yeah, this area was really strange because I didn't know what to put here at all. So I ended up settling with a bar. I wanted to have a bar somewhere in the build because I really like open bars. Remember, it was really weird. This happened years ago, like 10 years ago. I remember just one random day, my dad comes back and he's got a bar. Like, what? No, I need to talk about this story a little bit more in depth because this was one random Saturday. I was upstairs, probably like playing with my dolls or something because I was really young. And yeah, my dad is carrying in this really old vintage bar into the hallway of the house. And he's like, I've just bought this. I got it from a car boot sale. So yeah, someone was giving away a very old vintage bar. Like, my parents always used to love car boot sales. They are my favourites too. I won't deny it to you. I am a car boot sale lover. I don't think I'd go now. I don't know, actually. I don't know. What would I even go to a car boot sale for now? I honestly have no idea. But I think the thrill would still be there. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that was really weird. And then the only thing that he had to put in this bar were these Britvicks. If you ever tried a Britvic, this is the worst end of the video ever. We talk about Britvicks. Okay, it's like an orange juice drink, but Britvic isn't a nice orange juice in my opinion. And you get them on planes and stuff, I guess. Yeah, I hate Britvicks so much. I don't even know where he got them from. But yeah, it was like the worst thing to put in. There were no like alcoholic beverages. Not that I'd be interested anyway because I was very young. I was like 12, you know, whatever. It was an interesting time, that's all I'll say. Anyway, moving on to the upstairs bathroom. This was one of my favourites. I love this bathroom. I just need to draw some attention to it for a second because it's black, white and pink and it went really well together. I love it. Honestly, it's a dream. A dream bathroom. I love the rugs in The Sims 4. Honestly, if you're bad at interiors, just cover it with some rugs and you'll be fine. That's how I felt at this point. Yeah, I was kind of running out of stuff to put though, because we are lacking a bit on the old modern photos in the house situation. Because there is just like that one black and white 3-piece photo, but I overused it. You know, it's pretty much just the logo of the house at this point. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that anymore. Oh, I also thought about what the family could do for a career. I thought, what if they owned a television shop? Because, yeah, that's a really random thought. But I thought, well, there's the same television in every single bedroom. And it's everywhere. It's like that curved TV. Well, what if they got a deal, you know, in a shop that they owned? I'll leave you with that one. Maybe you'll use it. I have no idea. Moving on though to the last room of the build, which was one of my favourites. I think I've said that throughout. I'm in love with that rug though. It looks like it's shiny, but it's not. It's just the print on it. I would love that rug. I really would. And with that forest as well, how good does this look? It looks great in my opinion. This room is my favourite room. If I was going to live in this house, I would demand this room. Absolutely. So yeah, if you happen to move my sim self into this house, please don't put her anywhere else but this room. Because that is a special request. And yeah, my sim self's on the gallery. I've seen a few of my sim selves on the gallery, which is really cute to see because it's like, oh, someone's actually taken the time to like make me in The Sims. That's so cool. I love that so much. And yeah, I love seeing your creations on the gallery as well. Just tag me. Just, it's Hatsy or HatsyYT, and I will look at them. Anyway though, that is the end of the build. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all future ones. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.